3 hours. What do you learn from a marathon session like this?
Listen, I told them at one point, you know, we're not just going to go through and run plays. We repeated the team drill towards the end. There were some things I didn't like, and I think the worst thing we can do is sit and watch and tolerate something that we feel like isn't acceptable, and it's really no different than parenting. You know, it takes energy, and you have to change behavior. And I just thought part of this practice was missing some of that intensity I'd like to see, and so we're going to get it. We'll find it, but it just took us going a little bit longer.
And how concerned are you with maybe some of the tackling that seemed to lead to a couple little
it wasn't a tackling period, so it's hard to evaluate it. Now we're going to have some tackling periods, but you know, when you're full go thud, you know, it can be something that all of a sudden reveals or becomes a little bit more revealing when you go live, because then you truly see who had the leverage they needed. But there were more. It was about a number of other things.
Do you warn against the little fights that happen?
I didn't see those as significant. That was the least of my concerns, really.
Sean, with the snap, the inconsistency of the snaps.
Jack's had trouble with it. I told him that's got to, obviously, you know, if you're a center, you got to be able to snap it, and so he's got to get that fixed.
What about the, you know, Adrian and Zach kind of getting a little rest today?
We got a list, kind of a schedule. Manti was the same way, you know, and so throughout the week, we'll take 2 or 3 guys and kind of hold them back. We'll go through individual warm up and stretch and walk through, and just a way to make sure we're being smart with those guys in regards to their lower bodies.
What are you all doing to recover from a day like that? You all have special stuff that's going to help you?
We've got that tent is all inflatables there. It's got the cold tubs. We've got the yoga, and we got about 8 stations they have to go to throughout the day, and they're smart enough to do that. You know, they understand. I think we're a lot further along today than maybe 10, 15 years ago, where we didn't. You know, we just put ice on everything. Right. So there's a lot that's done with regards to recovery, and you're on really a 1-a-day schedule.
Is that the same techniques you guys were using in West Virginia?
Same stuff, yeah, and it's just a different tent now. You know, a lot of the recovery stuff was set up inside there, and then we have a little space issue. We'll just build, you know, kind of a portable.
Sean, how has Brandon Coleman looked to you so far?
I thought he's looked well. I feel like in each practice, you know, we've seen a couple things. I thought he had a real good slant route today. He's got behind the defense. I thought he's had a real good camp. You know, here we are 3-4 days in, but he looks to be running well, and you know, he's made a play or 2 each day. So I would say pretty positive.
You mentioned the other day that corner was a position that's in pencil, not pen. Have they responded to that? Do you see more intensity out of that group?
Yeah, I think so, and I think that, you know, we still have, once we get into some of the tackling drills, we still have, you know, a lot of time to evaluate. But that's not just the only position, but that's one.
Sean,